Hello and welcome to Availability Zones in Azure. Now, when you deploy services and data in the Microsoft Azure platform or on the Microsoft Azure platform, you want to make sure that those services and data are redundant. You want to make sure you can protect your information in the event of some kind of failure. That said, if you're hosting this stuff in your own data center, setting up that redundancy requires duplicate hardware environments. You're going to need a primary location and a secondary location. However, when hosting in Azure, Azure can actually help you make your apps highly available through the use of what are called availability zones. Now, availability zones are really, in their essence, physically separate data centers within an Azure region. Each one of these availability zones is made up of one or more data centers that are equipped with their own independent power, their own cooling, and their own networking. An availability zone is set up to be what is essentially an isolation boundary. This means that if one of the zones goes down, the other one continues working. These availability zones are connected through high-speed private fiber optic networks. The image on your screen shows what availability zones look like within a region. Now, I should mention that not every region supports availability zone. You can visit the URL that you see on your screen for the most up-to-date list of those regions that support availability zones. You can use availability zones to run mission-critical applications and to build high availability into your application architecture by co-locating your compute, storage, networking, and data resources within a zone and then replicating in other zones. Now, of course, there's going to be an additional cost to duplicating those services and transferring that data between those zones, but it does allow you to improve your availability for your mission-critical applications. Now, I should mention here that availability zones are primarily for virtual machines, managed disks, load balancers, and SQL databases. So when sitting the exam, you want to remember that availability zones are physically separate data centers within an Azure region. Each availability zone is made up of one or more data centers, each equipped with their own independent power, cooling, and networking. This means that if one zone goes down, the other continues working. So while availability sets, which we covered earlier, protect you from hardware failures within a data center, availability zones protect you from data center failures within a region.